Well, I mean, overall, the idea is a very simple one. And, the Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day, you're trying to become better. And it's a constant quest. It's an infinite quest. If your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, right? To do that, you have to practice, you have to train, right? You want to train as much as you can, as often as you can. So if you get up at 10 in the morning, train at 11, right? 12. Say 12. Train at 12. Train for 2 hours, 12 to 2. You have to let your body recover. So you eat, recover, whatever. You get back out. You train, start training again at 6. Train from 6 to 8. And now you go home, you shower, you eat dinner, you go to bed, you wake up, you do it again, right? Those are 2 sessions. Right? Now imagine you wake up at 3. You train at 4. You go 4 to 6, come home, breakfast, relax, blah, blah, blah. Now you're back at it again, 9 to 11, right? You relax, and now all of a sudden you're back at it again, 2 to 4. And now you're back at it again, 7 to 9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4, right? And so now you do that, and as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up because they're 5 years behind, right? So I know if I do this consistently over time, the gap's just going to widen and widen and widen and widen and widen, and they won't be able to get that back. So to me, it was just common sense. I'm like thinking, how can I get an advantage? Oh, start earlier.
Things that are successful and impactful will often have similarities with each other. You'll notice that they'll preach similar things. And for this instance, it's Kobe and his Mamba mentality and the Japanese philosophy called Kaizen. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you the meaning behind Mamba mentality and Kaizen and how are they similar to each other and how it can be beneficial to your life. Because it's not just about basketball. It can really be implemented to anything and everything that you do, that you want to improve. So Kaizen is the philosophy of constant growth. That every single day you improve at least 1% better, constantly, repeatedly. That it's something that doesn't seem like much at first or doesn't seem like something at all, but over time, it's going to compound and stack up and make a drastic difference in whatever you're trying to accomplish. And this is also in Atomic Habits by James Clear on how to actually build your habits instead of trying to force yourself into making habits that just don't stick. All right, bro, look, I even got the book right here. Wow. Okay. Boom. You see that? 1% better every single day. You see that chart right there? Every single day. At first, sure, it don't look that much, but with consistency and repetition, every single day you get better, you start to spike. It creates a huge gap from whoever you're against or whatever, like your past self, or in Kobe's situation, other ballers. It actually works in reverse too, and more commonly in reverse. So like, for example, let's say you ever wonder why you always had a stack of homework that you always had to do that's just a lot, and you don't know how it got so much, or how your room is always so dirty, even though it's not one particular thing, but it's just a culmination of little small things, like you're just socks or dishes that you just didn't want to do at the time. It didn't feel big at all, and that's how it gets you. It doesn't feel big at all. It's small, but over time it compounds over and over, and so now you have a stack of dishes that's not even close to a sink. This is how people create bad habits unknowingly. Kaizen says, and what Kobe says, and what Mamba mentality is trying to become the best version of yourself, trying to become the best version of yourself every single day and getting better every single day. Like Kobe, he gave the example of waking up 4 a.m., get this work done because nobody else is doing this work done. At least not more than I am, no more than Kobe. I mean, Kobe is an extreme, you know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously he wanted to be the best basketball player to ever live, so I guess that's not really that much extreme for him. But most of us aren't trying to be the best basketball player. But we can still also apply this, not to his amount, but just go 1%. So let's say your opponent is going 100%. All you got to do is just go 101% every single day, consistently. And that's the key, is consistency. Let's say you go 101% for 50 days and your opponent is still stuck on his 100%. By the time your 50th your 50th day comes, you're already gonna have 50% more training than your opponent. See how the gap is just slowly and steadily just widening and widening and widening, all because of that 1%. And that 1% doesn't have to be much. Again, it's something really small, incredibly small, embarrassingly small. Because you see, Kaizen is not just a Japanese philosophy, it's a business philosophy, but it can also be applied to self-improvement or just anything really. And I'm not saying it won't take much discipline to do, because it will take discipline. Obviously something that you don't want to do, because it's going to take discipline, but the amount of discipline you need to do these things will be significantly lower. And this is why you should avoid taking huge steps at a time, because normally when you're trying to take a huge step, it's caused from motivation, and that's bad. Reason being why it's bad is because motivation is temporary. And so what will happen when that motivation is gone? You're not going to feel like doing that huge step anymore. And in the book, it's not just habits, it's everything. It's your emotions, it's your knowledge, your relationships, your outrage. What else? Negative thoughts, your stress, your productivity. It all compounds. It's never just one huge thing as to why you're stressed. It's always a culmination of things. Same with knowledge. Like learning one new idea won't be transformative, but dedicating yourself to a lifelong learning can be transformative. And here's the thing, we often think that progress is linear, that it's just it's like this. It's not. It's never like that. It's like this. You're gonna have plateaus that makes you feel like you can't grow anymore, that you can't break out of, but it's a mindset. And if you want to learn about that mindset, click on that video right there, or here, or whatever, wherever. I don't know where I'm gonna put it at, but it's a really good video.